Great bins of melange lay all around in a gigantic room cut from native rock and illuminated by glow globes of an ancient design with arabesques of metal scrollwork upon them. The spice had glowed radiant blue in the dim silver light, and the smell bitter cinnamon, unmistakable. There had been water dripping nearby. Their voices had echoed against the stone. "One day all of this will be gone," the Lord Leto had said. Shocked, Moneo had asked, "What will Gild and Bene Gesserit do then?" "What they are doing now, but more violently." Staring around the gigantic room with its enormous store of melange, Moneo could only think of things he knew were happening in the Empire at that moment. Bloody assassinations, piratical raids, spying and intrigue. The God Emperor kept a lid on the worst of it, but what remained was bad enough. "The temptation," Moneo whispered. "The temptation indeed." "Will there be no more melange ever, Lord?" "Someday I will go back into the sand. I will be the source of spice then." "You, Lord?" "And I will produce something just as wonderful. More sand trout. A hybrid and a prolific breeder." Trembling at this revelation, Moneo stared at the shadowy figure of the God Emperor who spoke of such marvels. "The sand trout," Lord Leto said, "will link themselves into large living bubbles to enclose this planet's water deep underground, just as it was in the Dune times." "All of the water, Lord?" "Most of it. Within 300 years the sandworm once more will reign here. It will be a new kind of sandworm, I promise you." "How is that, Lord?" "It will have animal awareness and a new cunning. The spice will be more dangerous to seek and far more perilous to keep." Moneo had looked up at the cavern's rocky ceiling, his imagination probing through the rock to the surface. "Everything desert again, Lord?" "Watercourses will fill with sand. Crops will be choked and killed. Trees will be covered by great moving dunes. The sand death will spread until a subtle signal is heard in the barren lands." "What signal, Lord?" "The signal for the next cycle, the coming of the Maker, the coming of Shai Hulud." "Will that be you, Lord?" "Yes. The great sandworm of Dune will rise once more from the deeps. This land will be again the domain of spice and worm." "But what of the people, Lord? All of the people?" "Many will die. Food plants and the abundant growth of this land will be parched. Without nourishment, meat animals will die." "Will everyone go hungry, Lord?" "Undernourishment and the old diseases will stalk the land, while only the hardiest survive. The hardiest and most brutal." "Must that be, Lord?" "The alternatives are worse." "Teach me about those alternatives, Lord." "In time, you will know them."
You've had another vision, haven't you?
My skin wasn't my own. I was running across the desert just so fast. Just running and running. I saw him there again. Our father.
He has visions.
He spoke of the golden path.
Where he sees our father and speaks to him of how things must change. It frightens me. I'm afraid of what it could mean about us.
Can you survive what's coming?
What is it that's coming?
A golden path.
The golden path.
One that may change me, change human destiny forever. Everything's changing, Daddy. Changing too fast. I was promised to protect Dynamite. I'm so sorry. You may have to face some of what's coming apart. The only way that I could start must now be finished. I want more freedom than that. Universe of surprises, that is what I pray for.
Doesn't mean you have to face it alone.
No. Each of you will find yourself alone.
He runs and runs and runs. When he's exhausted himself, he returns to me, puts his head in my lap, and help them find a way to die.
This morning I was born in a yurt at the edge of a horse plain in a land of a planet which no longer exists. Tomorrow I will be born someone else in another place. I have not yet chosen. This morning, though, this life. When my eyes had learned to focus, I looked out at sunshine on trampled grass, and I saw vigorous people going about the sweet activities of their lives. Where has all of that vigor gone?